Hey there, everyone. Today I'm going to talk to you about the newly released update for the Mesh Body Signature. And I have to say, now Raph Dirval has just made what I was waiting for and waiting for, which is he really worked on dropping the complexity of his mesh, and he successfully managed to do so. So I just went and I grabbed the demo body, and I'm just wearing it right now. It's version 4, and what he did was just making 2 parts for the body, which means you have just the ability to wear like Nermith kind of thing, upper body and lower body. So he just made these 2 attachments, which reduce first the attachment number. So if you have bounded by the limit of 38 attachments, that gives you more possibility to wear added on stuff with this kind of thing, because you no longer needs to wear your hands separately, feet separately, and the body itself. So that's just combine these attachments with just the upper and lower body. So that's just made the difference here when you wear the version 4. So the complexity dropped to around 8,000, which is huge. Back in the days, the body when I first tried it, it was above 100k, and kept on dropping with each and every update he made. So it's now fully bento with the hands are bento, and if you just gonna get the head, I'm wearing their head as well. That's version 2, Signature Mesh Bento head. So the head combined with the body when I'm naked is just around 15k. So you get to see the difference here. If you're just gonna wear something else, you can easily wear it, because the body is Omega compatible, not like the previous bodies. The skin at Franklin, for example, was not Omega compatible, but you have the skin tones and everything that works from the previous versions and the newly released versions. If you tuning in here and you just went on to read more about the body and the HUD that comes with the body, you can just go to their website. I will be talking about the new stuff they have, and also you can just go, this is the homepage, and you can just go and find out what has been improved. There you go, change look. So if you click on that, you will find there's a table of content, and you select the version you like to see the updates on it. So going through, you have some fixes here, and he added some stuff. If you can go on reading about that, removed something here and there, a couple of things, and updated the body. So with these updates, you have more features. I will go inside the HUD and show it to you. So keep in mind, he added some cuts, fingers, palm, and wrist. These were not included before, so this is something new here. And switch 2 types of alpha selection per part or per section. This is another feature he added on the HUD. It's a nice one as well. And you have all layers to hide and show by part. Skin Pro effects, if you have enabled the advanced lighting and the material, you will notice a huge difference on the body, on the glossiness of the body. So without any further ado, I will just show you. I'm wearing here the shirt and pants and shoes for the Signature body. They have the Signature applier. I just had to hide the body at the bottom here from the legs, but not much. The applier, when you get the clothing, this is something you need to know. You get the applier that works with your body. You don't really have to hide much, and I'm sure eventually in the more updates to come and more mesh creators, they will have the ability to just give you the scripted clothing that's just auto hide. This feature is out there. We're used in Slink and used in Blisa Jake. So this is something I'm sure eventually is gonna overcome the need for saving slots to hide your body and save the cuts to save your time. These preset clothing or auto hide clothing or auto alpha clothing, these gonna give you the ability just not to worry much about when you are wearing something that over your body. It's gonna just auto hide it. And as you can see, I'm just covering the legs, but nothing else. So I would just tell you to, when you first open the Signature HUD, you will notice that it's different. Back in the days it used to be like a phone, like this one. This is the standard looks of this is the HUD for the head. So this is used to be the same exact thing for the body. Used to be in this kind of phone shape HUD. So now the Signature just about the bar here. So you just notice there's a difference in the HUD. So speaking about the upgrades, you will find when you go to the layer section the alpha cuts, and you have the ability to hide your fingers and the wrist, your hands and the palm. So these are the features that has been added on. And the neck sheath, if you're just not wearing the Signature head with it, but I don't really think you need it, because I'm wearing the Signature head. It's not needed much. And this is the refreshing button here. If you're just gonna refresh, just reveal what you did hide with your selection. So if I go by section here, I will be able to click certain areas one click, as you can see, to hide these areas by section. And if I did too much, I just switch to by part, and I can easily just undo these areas that I didn't want to hide in the first place. So this is a nice saves some time when you click on that, and you just in a hurry you can just apply that. Other HUDs has different layout for this section. So these are the pre-saved slots, like I mentioned. If you're just gonna pre-save something, like I have managed to do some cuts, I want to save it, I just click on that, and then it asks me if I want to save it. Then I click save current, and you notice it's gonna change to green. If I go refresh here and I want to apply what I saved, I just click on that, bring it and apply this. The input texture and clearing texture is something you would use, I would think, if you're just testing something you have uploaded. You have the UUID for it, and you can just quickly insert the UUID, and you can apply whatever the texture you have uploaded from your inventory to on the body, if you like. So if you have like this UUID could be used for something like a top, something you have made, and you can just apply it like that. And clearing texture, you can select which part you want to clear out. If you're just gonna select tattoo or cloth or underwear, you just go from this section and you choose it. And the tattoo layer, underwear and clothing, you have the ability to either go for blend or mask mode for each and every selection here. Use this mode if you want to blend texture such as body hair or tattoo texture. You cannot overlap more than one blended texture. So this is the information about how to use these kind of modes. The mask mode, use this mode if you want to overlap multiple texture like boxers, brief, t-shirts. So this is the layer section, not much of it. And then when you're gonna move on to the options, you can find the tint picker. So they remove the demo mesh piece around the chased version of the body. So yes, back in the days when you first did wear the signature body, it used to be like slink, by like TMP, and you notice when you go to the hidden areas, you will notice something going around the arms and the body. Still there, but this is the demo, so if it is true what he said that these are removed, I think you will not be able to see these kind of things around the body. It will be like Bliza. There's no round areas like I showed you right now. These should be removed, which is cool. TMP, when you still have this kind of circle around the body, when you go to the hidden object mode, you will find them. To go to the hidden object mode, you just press Ctrl Alt T to go to that mode if you are on Windows. So the tones is still the same. You have 12 tones, and with fingernails, I'm not sure why the fingernails are 6. You have 6 tones for the fingernails while you have like 12 skin tones. So this is something also you need to be aware of. Like maybe you can just half of these can work with like 1, 2, 3 could work with half, and 4, 5, 6 could work with the other half. So I think that's why, or you just could use your tint picker here, so you can just move with the selection and you can choose the layer you want to change the tint of it. And there's also the input value by color hex code, or if you have that, if you are aware of that, RGB, this is the normal thing. You can just apply it with simply, if you have the developer menu enabled, you just gonna select show info and you select the RGB show color under cursor. So this is gonna help you to find the numbers and values here that shows on the bottom here, so you can know the exact RGB colors to insert them if you want. And LSL value, an example here to select the values and colors and how to use that. So LSL is just like the different kind of thing. They are all representative of the color, so this is a way to input the color you want with these kind of thing, if you understand how to use it. The other bodies use the hue and saturation and light values, so these are the same thing. RGB stands for red, green, blue colors, so the mixture of these numbers gonna give you the desired color you're looking for. So again here, the glossiness, he says he has like the ability to set that to the value starts from 0, which is off for the glossiness, to 255, which is the full glossiness, intensity for the body, and you can just play with the range here to increase it and decrease it. You just insert the number in the box I showed you. The skin effect, you have the ability to switch it on and off, and then you have the hands animation. And since it's Bento animation, you got these 10 animation that either go static animation if you want. I'm not able to show this one. Let me try to show you when I close my hand, my fist. So as you can see, I have selected that. These are just like a static pose for the hand. If you want to go with the motion, you're just going to leave them to use the motions randomly, and you're going to see and notice the fingers moving. So pretty much all you need to know about the new update on the interface and GUI for the HUD here, for the body HUD, which is nice. If you can select stop animation, you can just stop them, or just select one hand to be animated. So that's about it. Moving into the head, you have the ability to either hide the ears or show them, clear layer, eyelashes, hair, beard, and eyebrow tattoo. Input texture, same thing. If you have like a tattoo, you upload a texture, you can apply the texture with this UUID, and you can remove also some stuff you upload is if you have like hair, beard, anything you want to remove. So that's the layout for the HUD for the head. You can check for updates when you click on this cloud, and you notice it tells the time as well. So I'm just recording at 5 p.m. SL time. And then moving on to the texture, you have face texture. When you select either from young, mature, or gamey, which is sort of like older, so younger, middle-aged, and older kind of looks. When you change the skin, it's gonna affect the looks. See, just applying and changing. This is the young. Let me try to zoom in here. You will notice there's no wrinkles or anything, or less. If I choose gamey, oops, I'll choose the same skin tone, sorry. You will notice, so it's a cool feature here that if you want to play with, this is a nice one here. I haven't seen much heads that have this kind of thing, the ability to switch from younger looks to mature and gamey looks. So moving on to the layer color, you're just gonna select which layer, and you can just select the tinting colors you like. You can pick it manually. So same thing here, RGB, LSL, and hex code. You can just use it. This is gonna refresh, and you have the save place. If you have applied something, you want to save it. Same works, same way it goes. If you click on that, it's gonna ask you to save it. If you click on save, it's gonna turn green. So, and you also can delete it and remove it. Moving on to the texture, you have like 4 options for the hair. Like one is bald hair, no hair, like hair base. This is just, as you can see from the size, less hair, and you notice it takes time to apply. But the hair base looks different on each one. So I was going with number 3 here, and also the beard. They are different, but I like this kind of one. Let me show you quickly. It's number 2, number 1, No beard. Number 4 is different. So it's just on number 2. And the brows, I noticed that number 1 is just like a thicker looking brows. So I was just going. So this is gonna help you to customize the looks on the head, basically. And like I said, it's just the body and the head are Omega enabled out of the box, so you don't need to buy a relay or enable the Omega layer because it's already enabled. And the 4th eyebrow is just slightly thinner than the previous one. The lashes as well, you can just select these. You have to zoom in here to be able to see that. Let me freeze my head. And as you can see, you can just select from these lashes different types. So maybe they are not just sticking out right, but you get the idea here. So these are the texture layer, and then the animation. You have to 32 animation, since you have this separation line that separate the upper from the lower. So you can select and some animation to work with the eye and some animation to work with the mouth. So the static one is just you kind of select what you want to do. As you can see, the mouth is not changing. Let me stop that. But the eyes are just changing because I'm just selecting the upper section. So this animation works from the upper, and the lower you have to really select that. But to see the full animation, you're just gonna have to click on the full face, and you can notice the animation working on the upper and lower face. You can select it randomly, as I did, so I can just play different animation with different mouth movement animation as well. So you can see that. And face options, you have the ability to talk or stop that, blink or stop the blinking. And I think in the full version you have speeds. It varies, and you have different kind of ways to animate the blinking as well. So when you click on single here, everything goes back to normal. And to minimize the HUD, just simply click on that. So I would just say this is a great improvement. The price for this mesh is $3,050 for the body, and I think the same price or around the same price for the head as well. If you have a different head, that's okay as well. You're just going to have to get the skin that matches the body, or apply some skin tone that goes for the head and for the body as well. So I'm so pleased to finally get to review this body. First of all, I wasn't so encouraged when the complexity was so high, and the price still high, but it's worth it now for some people, and the looks on this body stands out and everything. I just did a review about the Ex Machina body. I think they look kind of similar. I mentioned that. So here's the time I would just review Signature and talk about these kind of things. Like, I didn't really still don't like the nipples are not fully rigged nipples. They're just some texture here. These are not real nipples. And you can see the navel part is just slightly better than Ex Machina, but the bodies that has rigid nipples are just limited, and X Machine is one of them. But the skin is not well made. Maybe sooner or later they eventually will make some good skin with it. So yeah, the skin for TMP and Signature, when they first released Signature Body, was so close, and I went and I bought TMP for myself. I had a choice here to go either buy this body, Signature, when it first came, or TMP, but I picked TMP. But eventually the Omega ability, these kind of things did not work out in the TMP body, but it's a good body as well. I'm not complaining here, I'm just reviewing the body and talking about my experience. Why didn't I go for Signature? TMP back then was just superior in the term of the skins, on the term of the complexity. TMP was outstanding, so the price was overpriced as well, so it's 5k, and this one here was around 3k. So but now you have Signature coming out, and every creator has made their clothing up an applier that works with Signature, so it's a good thing. Also, they are very good to give you out the body if you want to rig it, some clothing for yourself. If you are a mesh developer, a mesh creator, not mesh developer, sorry, mesh creator. If you're creating clothes, you can work with the you just apply for the development kit, and you just get the body and you can work with it. So this is something useful, and I'm very happy that they have decided to develop and make such a huge improvement on the body. I'm very happy with that. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.